Hi everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to give you my TBR for the Black Author Readathon. So, the Black Author Readathon is a readathon that's going on the entire month of February to celebrate Black History Month, and it is hosted by a whole group of booktubers that is just so exciting. And I have found some new ones. I have found some old favorites like Steph from Steph's Romance Booktalk, Bree from Falling for Romance. Like, there are so many hosts. I will try to link them all down below, but this readathon is so exciting to me because the whole goal is really to read Black authors because it is Black History Month, like I said. Black authors really have a hard time here in the publishing world, and so it is a month to bring BookTube together and say, let's read these Black authors. And you guys, you know that I am trying to read off my shelves this year specifically, but there are so many authors that I have been sleeping on because they're not on my shelves right now. This is the perfect excuse for me to pick them up. Now, not really in the whole vein of the Unread Shelf Project, I have hauled a whole bunch of books for this readathon, and that's not the best strategy, I don't think, but I'm buying more Black authors, and so I love giving my support there. So let's just get into it. So there is a bingo board, and it looks like this. It is a 5x5, so it's got 25 squares, but one is a free square and 4 are like action prompts. So there's 20 books, and so 20 books in a month is a lot, especially considering I'm doing the Historathon as well. But Steph said you can double up. However, I picked a different book for every prompt. So I'm really gonna try. They have two prizes: one if you get a bingo, one if you get a blackout. And you guys know I'm going for the blackout. And so I'm gonna try to read all of these books. If I end up doubling up, I might, or moving things around, I might. But I had so much fun filling this out and like getting on Kindle Unlimited. And you'll notice that this is kind of heavy in Britney C. Cherry, because I am wanting to read her entire backlist, and you'll see why later in the month of February. But I'm also really wanting to read some Kennedy Ryan because I never have, and I've heard such great things. So let's just get into it, and I'll tell you my TBR. So the first square is just to vlog or post a TBR. Check, doing that right now. The second one is read a novella. So I'm going to be reading Flow by Kennedy Ryan, and this is a novella that starts her Grip series, maybe it's called. I don't know, but I am going to read that, and I'm planning to maybe read that one towards the end of the month, so then if I need to like continue on with the series, I can. Then next is a workplace romance, and so I'm going to read Office Party by Whitney G. You will also notice that there are a lot of things that are taken directly from Steph's recommendation video, because a lot of the hosts have put out recommendations, and Steph's, I was like, I needed to watch it like 3 times because she's got so many good recommendations. So if you don't find anything here, go to her video. I will definitely link that down below because it is wonderful with recommendations. So next is age gap romances, and I'm going to be reading Grading Curves by Naima Simone. Naima Simone is another one of those authors that I am sleeping on. Like, I have heard so many good things about her, and yet I have not picked her up. So I cannot wait for the opportunity to do that. Next is childhood to grown folks romance. And you guys, this is my bread and butter. I love the way that is phrased. Like, I am just so excited for this prompt. So what I have slotted in is Queen Move by Kennedy Ryan. That is also one of Britney C. Cherry's favorite tropes. So maybe later I will have to move things around. If I have to double up, that's one I could see myself doubling up on, but I really want to read Queen Move. In fact, that one may be the one I'm most excited about from Kennedy Ryan, so we'll see. Next is historical romance. Now, I don't think you can say historical romance Black Author Readathon without thinking Beverly Jenkins. So I've read one Beverly Jenkins. It was not a historical, it was a contemporary. But for this one, I'm going to read Indigo. Everybody seems to be reading it. I cannot wait to see what's going on, and I have high hopes that I'm going to love it. Next is Rockstar Romance. So I'm going to be reading The Wreckage of Us by Britney C. Cherry. She has started putting Britney Cherry on her thing, so it just like flows that she is Britney C. Cherry. So I apologize if she doesn't want the C in there anymore. But The Wreckage of Us is what I'm going to read for my Rockstar Romance. Then for friend group series, I'm going to read Sweet Talkin' Lover by Tracy Lewisay. And so this one I do have on digital copy. I have an ebook copy. because it's super cheap on Kindle. So I got this. But what I learned from Ashley from the Bookish Realm is that like checking books out from your library, I'm covering the label here because this is a library book. Checking books out is helpful both to your library and to the authors, like as far as purchasing and that kind of stuff goes. So I love, you guys know, I prefer to read physically. So I decided to grab the physical copies to support my library, to support her as an author, just to get her some more checkouts. And then also I will be able to jump back and forth if I want to. Next is romantic suspense. And so I'm going to be reading The Perfect Nanny by Layla Slimani, I think is Slimani. And this one is really short, and I love nanny thrillers. This is not a romance, it's a thriller, but I cannot wait to read this one. So I'm really, really excited. Next is realistic contemporary. So almost any of these can also fit as realistic contemporary, but I am going to read Hearts on Hold by Cherish Reed. Again, this video is like a tribute to Steph because Hearts on Hold is one of her favorite books. She talks about it a lot, and every time I hear her talk about it, I get extreme FOMO, so I'm going to give it a shot. Next is fantasy or paranormal romance. And I struggled with this prompt. I was asking a bunch of people for different things, and I really thought I was going to have to go like way out of my comfort zone. But I found Bear With Me by Lucy Eden, and this one I feel like is like contemporary with a kind of fantasy twist. So I'm hoping that I will really like it. And I think it's novella. So if it's bad, you're not losing much. And Lucy Eden is another one that I've heard a fair amount about, so I want to try it. Next is fake dating romance. So then I'm going to be reading Like Lovers Do by Tracy Livesay. And I have heard like so many things. This is a series. This one and Sweet Talk and Lover go together. And I can't remember which is number 1 and which is number 2, but I have heard so many people talk about this series, and like I have not heard a bad word. So I'm really excited to be able to read 1 and 2. Next is The Free Space, and then Friends to Lovers. So I think that could also be multiple like of these books if I need to double up, but I have chosen The Silent Waters by Britney Cherry. You guys will see, like this is going to come out before my recent haul, so you guys are getting a major sneak peek into my haul, but these covers are just giving me life. They're so soft, so buttery, so big. These are just so beautiful. And so I cannot wait to read. Her books are all on Kindle Unlimited, so I do have digital copies if I need them, but I love these. Next is Enemies to Lovers. And so I'm going to be reading Landon and Shea Part 1 by Britney C. Cherry. And this one I will also probably try to stick towards the end. And again, for the same reason, it's just a duology. I have both books, but if I want to like read them both, then I can do so and still fill out the board if I have time. So hopefully this one will be a really good one. Next is Second Chance Romance. And so, of course, like anything with the childhood to grown folks, that's always kind of second chance as long as they were childhood sweetheart kind of things. But I'm going to be reading The Fire Between High and Low by Britney C. Cherry. You guys, am I getting redundant yet? I don't know. Next is a new to you Black author. So many of these could count because like I said, I have just been kind of sleeping, but this is a book that I got from Grand Central Publishing, and so I am so thankful to them, and this is called You'll Never Believe What Happened to Lacey, Crazy Stories About Racism. This is a nonfiction, obviously, by Amber Ruffin and Lacey Lamar, and it's going to be super quick. There's pictures in it, and I really am excited to read this one. Next is Single Parent Romance, and this is another Steph recommendation. It's Love's Recipe by Mila Hicks, and I think this is also a novella, so like 20 books sounds like a lot, especially when you're adding in Historathon. However, a lot of these are novellas, and so that will make it go a lot quicker. Also, a lot of like Britney C. Cherry's now, especially, and maybe some of these others that are on Kindle Unlimited are offering the audio for free or like very, very low cost. And so audiobooks always go quicker for me. So maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. Next is sports romance. I'm going to be reading Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I have heard so many good things about this series, and so I really want to pick up number 1 in that. Like all of these, it's like in my head, I'm thinking like strategy-wise, I'm going to try to put them towards the end so I can binge the series if I want to, but there's kind of a lot of series going on in here. Next is Interracial Romance. So I'm going to be reading Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This one, again, is a library copy, but this one is like super floppy and I'm like loving it. And again, I checked this out just to support the author and support my library. However, I think I might have to read like this version because it is just so floppy and wonderful. Next is a romantic graphic novel, and I couldn't find any of that I was interested in. So I am going to do Kindred by Octavia Butler. This is the graphic novel of the book Kindred. I have not read the book, but I'm really interested in it. And I also have March by John Lewis as an option, but I think I'm wanting to read Kindred, and I love graphic novels. They really break things up, and so I'm excited to try this. Then the next thing is to vlog or share in stories a day in the reading challenge. You guys know I vlog everything all the time, so I will be vlogging the entire month and you will get to see my progress as I go because this will take up primarily all of my TBR. You have seen the Historathon thing. I think I have 4 books for that maybe, and so combined with these, I think I'll probably be good to go, but we'll see. Especially if you consider like all the sequels that I want to continue in. Next is Forbidden, Dark, or Taboo Romance. And so I'm going to be reading The Air He Breathes by Britney C. Cherries. She really likes to have like the bad boy, and some of her books can get kind of dark. And so this is like kind of a cop out, but I am doing it. It's dark for my standards, so I count it. Britney C. Cherry, The Air He Breathes. Next is Mature Romance, and I'm going to be reading Southern Storms, again by Britney C. Cherry. This is our book club pick for the Book Sisters, and so I am going to be reading this, of course, but this one is, I think, about a woman who is divorced and stuff, and so, like, I know they are older, over 30 for sure, so I think this counts as a mature romance, I hope. And then the last is to vlog or post a wrap up. And so again, I will be vlogging everything. I'll probably add a video that is like a wrap up just of this so you can see if I actually stick to this TBR or if things move around or if I end up doubling up so I can continue on in series or some of these too. I'm just going by synopsi. I don't know, to do like the Rockstar Romance and stuff. It's talking about a guy in a band. And so maybe I'll have to move things around. I don't know. We'll see. So that is my TBR for the Black Author Readathon. You guys, I am coming in at the last minute with my TBR here, but I am so excited. And like I said, filling this out, I'm starting a whole bunch of authors that I have been looking forward to checking out for a long time. So I may fall down a rabbit hole. You guys know I have been bound to do that. And like this month, I have kind of let the shelf thing go, or for February, I've kind of let the shelf thing go because to me, this is way more important than reading off my shelves, is to read Black authors and to really just celebrate with the community. I'm so excited. There's so many hosts of this readathon that it just feels very much like a community thing. And so I'm really excited. So that is everything. Let me know if you have read any of these books. Maybe if I've like goofed up some of these prompts. I really hope I haven't, but if I have, let me know now so I can find another book. But I really think I'm in good shape. I think I'm in good shape. I'm pretty excited about this. So that is it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you are participating, and we'll talk to you in the next one.